A new week has arrived in GTA Online, and it's time to take a look at our weekly checklist. Stuff that you should be doing this week in GTA Online. First, we make sure you claim your Phantom Wedge for free this week as part of the Community Series Showcase event that Rockstar announced a couple of weeks ago. If you remember, last week we had the Rotic Voltic. The first week had the Ramp Buggy. So this week, the Phantom Wedge should be free. In order to claim your Phantom Wedge in the previous vehicles, you should have had a vehicle warehouse, which is also free through the LSIA vehicle warehouse in your office. So you need to have an office, a CEO office, to claim any of these things. You should be able to see all the offices are around 50% off. The arcade is 1 million, Maze Bank Tower 2 million. So if you were looking to upgrade office or switch or get your very first office, this now is the time. Next step on our weekly checklist, the Los Santos Carbon prize ride. This week's prize ride is the Enos Paragon S, and you can get it by placing top 3 in one Ellis Car Meet series race. Usually the easiest one to do will be the drag race. Today I picked the Jester, and we're gonna go ahead and get this race started. The reason this is one of the easiest ones is there's only 4 racers and you have to place top 3. So all you have to do is not come in dead last, and you should get your free car this week. As you can see, any custom car, if you just do this just correctly, you will probably leave most of the other people in the dust. I would recommend having a good Ellis Tuners car, but you know, if you don't, that will give you some. So we go here pretty much. So you hit a straight, activate your boost, and there's no way anybody should be catching you. However, just gotta be careful with the traffic, right? Rockstar programmed these guys to make sure they get in your way, so you know, just keep an eye out. You should be fine. It's been a good couple of weeks that we have had a lot of prize rides only require 1 day. So once you get that done, you can head back to the Ellis Car Meet and start claiming your prize ride. So let's head back right now. Alright, we're here. Let's take a look at our prize ride this week. Should be up right up ahead. Interesting build this week with the car, but hey, this is a real good car. I believe it's around 2 million something dollars for this, so getting it for free for getting top 3 in one race, you know, it's a really good deal. Alright, and then we'll cross, and then we'll cross this off our checklist. Alright, let's head down to the casino. This week's podium vehicle is the Grotti Stinger TT, another very good car that we should try to win. Obviously, this is a little bit less game of skill and more of a game of chance, so you know, just go ahead and let's get this wheel spins get done. If you have GTA Plus, remember you get 2 a day instead of just 1. So yeah, look at the car. I don't know how I feel about delivery, but the car itself is great. Alright, let's take a look at this wheel. It's been a couple of weeks since I've won a podium vehicle, sadly, so hopefully this week we'll have a better luck. And that doesn't look like vehicle at all. 15,000 chips. Alright, I mean, it's fine. Alright, second spin, because I do have a GTA Plus, so let's give it a go. And it's looking good. It's looking good. Oh man. Oh. Well, we didn't get it today, but you never have the whole week to make sure you get that. Time trials. LSIA this week for your regular time trial available to everybody. This week we are using the Pajero with HSW. HSW cars that kind of made these time trials pretty easy, pretty trivialized now. I remember struggling before when not having HSW cars here on PC, but now with any of these cars, you can see how bad this run was and still made it in time. So like, I completely got lost, turned around this interchange, but I still made it with a little bit of time to spare. And we just gotta make sure you follow your GPS routes, usually the easiest, but you know, if you have any better routes, letting me know in the comments. Be like, hey, I take this. But yeah, we just gotta make sure we go around. And I'll see you at the end of this time trial. While we reach the finish line, please like this video if you found any of this information helpful. If not, still appreciate you watching this video and hope you come back. Alright, we're pulling up here at the end of the time trial. As you can see, we are cutting it close, but compared to how bad that run was, we still had 3 seconds to spare, and you get yourself $100,000. Now let's take a look at the HSW time trial for this week. Alright, we made it to the beach. Now let's take a look at our map and get our route ready. Alright, HSW time trial Del Perro Beach. We just saw the map. It's a pretty straight shot throughout the city. You just gotta avoid vehicles using the same HSW vehicle from the last time trial. And it looks like a pretty straight shot. The only thing you have to do is avoid NPC vehicles, but you know that sometimes easier said than done, as you can tell there. But yeah, just make sure you go. You should have HSW time trials are way easier, I think, than regular time trials, and they're much more lenient and they pay more. So for like 1 minute and 25 seconds, you get $250,000 every week. So you should really be doing these every time possible. All right, I'll see you at the end of this time trial. Alright, since we're pulling here at the end, we're about 5 seconds left to spare. And here we are. Time being 3 seconds left. That run wasn't great either, and you still managed a good time. So you should be making $350,000 a week just on time trials. So that's like 5 minutes of your time. The weekly challenge this week is win 3 races. You can also combine this with our community challenge of participating in 5 community created jobs, so you can really do both those at the same time. We're gonna go ahead and jump in here. I always go into the little downtown featured job. I feel like I find that easier time finding a lobby there than going to the pause menu and start. Alright, a little transform race here we got going. But yeah, just make sure to win 3 races. I also recommend doing the drag races if you're struggling to find these, because these are a little fuller and a little harder to win. But hey, if you win these races, you can get 2 challenges done around 1 play session. I don't know how I feel about these transform races, especially this one, which is just like at the end it just kind of goes crazy. Seems like these are kind of popular, so I don't know if you guys like the weird like car downhill playing uphill races, but I'm not a huge fan of. Well, I'm dead. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these. I prefer the other ones. I did like the one with where we were all running into each other right at the beginning with cars, transform race. Some people had like small little Italian cars, some had the wedges or the ramp buggies, and that was pretty fun. It does get pretty hectic, but this seems more of a pretty boring. But hey, you know, I'll save you the time. We'll just kind of skip to the end of this race. But yeah, just make sure 5 community series races. It should be featured in your little downtown menu, or you can always go into the pause menu, create your own job, and you have to do 5 races, and you get $500,000 delivered within 72 hours. And win 3 of them, you complete the weekly challenge of winning 3 races. If you completed the last 3 weeks weekly challenges, you should also receive the community challenge bonus, which was like a nicer livery and a couple of special clothing. So yeah, if you did that, just make sure you get that done this week as well. Check it off your list. Alright, that raid has finished, and we ended up 3rd place. Also, this race is 3 times XP or 6 times for GTA Plus. So, you know, you're pretty good making money if you can get a full lobby. And that completes our weekly checklist. We got our prize right, claimed our freebies, tried to get the podium vehicle, finished our time trials, and completed the weekly challenge, as well as finished the last step of our community showcase series challenges. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week for the next weekly checklist.